Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to the channel if you've never been here before. So today we're going to be doing my top bronze eyeshadow palettes. So some of them have only got a few bronze shades in them, but the bronze nonetheless, so I thought I would show them to you. So let's get into it. So first of all, well, it's not a ranking style video, let me just put that out there. I'm just going off what's on my collection. There's a lot of bronze palettes, so maybe go and grab a drink, grab a snack. First of all, we've got the I Heart Revolution Pumpkin Pie, and it really is stunning. This one does have quite a lot of bronze in it, so that's what it looks like. Very, very warm toned. You can see all the bronze shades, and it also has a few gold shades in it as well. Really enjoyed using this one. I used it last year for the first time, so that's that one. Right, then we've got one that I've used recently, so it's the PLOUISE It Takes Two. Love this as well. The formulas in PLOUISE palettes are really good. The customer service over there is questionable, but if you order at the right time of year, you should be okay. I really do like this palette. I think it's absolutely amazing. My lights have stopped working. These lights, they've stopped working. That's grim. Let me take the plastic off. They must only light up for a certain amount of time. Not happy with that, guys. Then we've got the BH Cosmetics Amalfi palette. I can't really speak for how good it is, just because I've not used it yet. I want to bring this into a Shop My Stash, probably the next Shop My Stash I do. I mean, look at it, it looks absolutely amazing. But I would say, like, just going off it, I'm going to love it. And I do love BH Cosmetics palettes, so that's that one there. I didn't want to leave this video any longer than I have done. I feel like the next one will be top however many I've got in golds, and then maybe I'll do kind of like a rainbow palette one, and then it'll be pastels last, because I've got quite a lot of pastel palettes that I want to show you, but I can't do it because I'm still waiting on using the Alice in Wonderland and by Colourpop, which I'm hoping to do soon. I might actually pull that in the Shop My Stash as well, just so I can use it. This one, the BH Cosmetics Love in London, is really good. Love the formula of this. With this, I'd say there's really only these here that are true bronzes. Maybe Lolly as well. I should have thought a little bit better when I pulled it, but I'm showing it to you now. So that's that. Then we've got If the Crown Fits. So I've not used some of the eyeshadows in this, but that's just because it came to me broken. And look at the mess. But you can see there's bronzes up at the top there, and then when I go into the middle drawer, I need to use that top drawer, I think. When I go into the middle drawer, let's take that out, there's a couple of bronzes in this as well. More peach leaning, I would say. So yeah, you've got this bronze here. I think that's bronze as well. Down here, I do really like the palettes, but I would like it if it didn't come to me broken. And when I asked them to send me a new one, they wouldn't. They just sent me a refund, and I got to keep this for free. And that's all very well and good. When you're a collector and you want your makeup to come in one piece, not broken, you would rather pay the extra bit of money, wouldn't you, to get the palette as it should be. And I didn't like the fact that they tried blaming the courier. If it was down to the courier, then there'd be like dents in the box and there was nothing. The box came in perfect condition. It was down to the warehouse, I think, at PLOUISE. So that's that. There's 5 there, isn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. Right. And I didn't know whether to talk about this in this video. The other day when I was doing my rosy toned eyeshadow palettes, I thought it's not really rosy, but I did a few swatches last night and it's more rosy than bronze toned, I think. I think this is quite brown leaning. This one here is bronze. That's very much bronzy. But the rest I think are more rose toned, and this has got a hint of peach in it as well. So I thought I would show it to you and let you know that it is more on the rose toned eyeshadow. So it should have really been spoken about more in that. It was spoken about, but I did say I would speak about it more in the bronze eyeshadow palette. So I thought I'd pull that out and speak to you about that. Okay. So we've got another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got another 6 here. And then we've got some more to talk about. So we've got the Huda Beauty Caramel Brown. These palettes are stunning. So this is on the darker side of bronze, but yeah, we've got this one and this one. But I thought I would mention this in the video. I mean, they look really, really fiery, don't they? They look more like on the verge of orangey brown. But then we've got the chocolate brown. No, I would say the more dark browns. Right, so let's take these two out. I would say I didn't look at this properly last night when I was tired and trying to get these eyeshadow palettes together. So these are more fiery, I would say. I wouldn't say the bronze. And then these ones are more dark brown. So I'm going to take those two out. Not doing too well, am I? So that means we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 to talk about here. So we've got the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions. Yes, definitely more on the bronze leaning. The mattes are throwing it off because they're orange leaning, but definitely to me, that's more bronze. So we've got that. We've got some bronze ones in this Pat McGrath Labs Ecstasy Sublime palette, or Sublime. So really, that one's looking red on camera. I think it's a duochrome. That is looking so red. So this one's bronze. This one's quite bronze as well. This one, like when I look at it, is bronze and it's looking red. So it's definitely a duochrome. So got a couple of shades of bronze in there as well. Then we've got the Juvias placed, the bronzed Rustic. I've not used this either. I got this from Superdrug when they were selling them off. Look, you can see. Brand new, not even swatched yet. Not even swatched for short yet. So I have got so many palettes that I need to use. So I can't speak for is it any good, but it is a bronze toned eyeshadow palette. Then we've got the Warrior by Juvias, and I've not used this yet. I also got this from Superdrug. Very much bronze toned. So really these should be spoken about at the end of the video rather than me speaking about them now. Just because I haven't used them yet, so it can't really be top however many palettes I've got. So I'm going to put these to the side. I know I've already spoken to you about them now, but they can go to the side, and just remember I haven't used them. I can't recommend them to you guys and say, oh, they're great, because I've not used them. Right, there's 3 here. So there's the very much loved ABH Soft Glam, which has got a few bronze tones in it as well. I'd say rose pink is no, I wouldn't actually. The only shade in this palette, is Sultry. That's quite bronze leaning. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this for my golds, because it's got more gold in it, with it having glistening and fairy and bronze. So we'll leave that for that. Then we've got Subculture. Let's see if we're going to do any better on this. This is turning into an epic fail. Yeah, I chose this one because you're only getting 3 shimmers, and one of the shimmers, so a quarter of the shimmers, is a bronze one. So it's this one here, Adorn. That is definitely bronze leaning. Really, really like this. I've not used it in a while, so I need to try and use it again soon. And then this one is definitely bronze. It has it in the name. So it's a Natasha Denona bronze palette. Love this one as well. So that one looks like that. Yeah, I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect for summer and autumn. It's a bronze leaning palette. So I definitely love that. We've got 3 left. So we've got the Pat McGrath Labs Sublime Seduction palette. This has got a couple of bronze ones from memory. Well, really, no. So this has only got like that bronze one, and then this one's golden down here. So I could put it either in my bronze category or my gold category. I'm going to leave it for bronze. It doesn't really have that many shimmers. You're only getting 3, and one of them's a champagne, like that's perfect for in a corner, so that's why I decided to put it in this video. Beautiful, beautiful packaging. And then we've got the Huetopian Dream. Let's have a look at it. We've got one more over there as well. Yeah, this one has definitely got a few bronzes in it. So we've got this down here. We've got this one here, which is, yeah, it's one of those flippy ones, but it's definitely bronze when I look at it. And this one here, that's why I decided to pull it in. It is absolutely such a stunning palette, isn't it? I've not gotten enough use out of that as well, so definitely need to use that soon. My mum got it me for Christmas and my birthday, and I wouldn't like to see it go unused. I wouldn't like to see it go bad. And then another one that I've only used one time for videos is the BPerfect Carnival palette. So this one is the Antidote, and then this one has got a bronze section in it as well. Mainly this pin-up shade here, which is quite red toned as well. I would call that bronze. And then we've got Beauty Pie down here. So it doesn't have loads, but you can definitely do a bronze look. And then we've got Brass here. It's got like all other colour stories in it as well. You could do pretty much whatever you wanted with this. I should have shown it with my green eyeshadow palettes as well, but I didn't. And I didn't show it with my yellow eyeshadow palettes because it's got those shades in there. And obviously all here as well. So yeah, that's that one. I don't know how many we've got, how many we've talked about. So 2, 3, 4. I'm not gonna put the Juvias Place ones in like I've said. So Subculture's 5. I'm not putting Soft Glam in. That's gonna go in when I do my golds. 6 for the Pat McGrath. 7 for the Huda Beauty. I'm not putting them in either, they're just too rich in colour. I will put this one in though, so that's 8. I've got 8. I do have other palettes that have those bronze leaning tones in as well, but you've seen them in other videos. I will show you them so that you can be reminded of what I mean, but you have seen them before, just keep that in mind. Just found some other palettes, the palettes that we was talking about earlier, that also had bronze leaning shades in it. So we've got the PLOUISE If the Crown Fits. Let me just put this underneath. I thought I had more than 8. Oh, they're gonna fall. Everything looks like it's gonna fall. So let's say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So top 13 bronze eyeshadow palettes there. And we'll talk about the other Juvias Place eyeshadow palettes when I've actually used them. I feel like they're going to be good. Actually, no, top 12 because I haven't used the Amalfi, have I not? So that needs to come out. So see what I mean? This is one of the reasons I'm not buying eyeshadow palettes, because I've got so much to use. And when you're buying, all they're going to do is sit in a drawer. And I don't want that to happen to my collection. I want to know what the formulas are like so I can tell when they're going bad. Anyway, let me go and get the other eyeshadow palettes I was just speaking about. Okay, so again, you will have seen these in, I think, my rosy toned eyeshadow palettes. You've also seen some of them in my neutral toned eyeshadow palettes and also my yellow toned eyeshadow palettes. So the first one is this you would have seen in my rosy toned eyeshadow palettes. This one does have a really nice bronze in it. I did say that when I was speaking about it when I told you about my rosy toned eyeshadow palettes, so I really like that. It could also be shown for the golds as well because it's got a gold in it. So it's definitely one of those multi-purpose palettes. The next one is Kylie Jenner Rudolph palette. This has got a few bronze tones in it with Fantastic there, Paris Fawn there. And again, it could also be shown for golds as well. So definitely you'll probably see these over and over. When I'm showing the golds, I'll do the same as I did today. I won't be showing them as palettes that you haven't seen before. I'll be showing them like this, you know, because you've seen the palettes already. I don't want to kind of double up on them. I will talk about them though, like I am doing now. Then we've got the Wet n Wild Call Me Sunshine. Love this palette. And again, you're getting some really nice bronzes down here. If you haven't tried this palette, guys, and it's been on your wish list, or you thought, I wonder if that's nice, you can do an everyday look with these. You don't even have to worry about this bright gold, because it is brighten in your face, and not everyone likes to wear that type of shade. I really, really do love to wear it. I mean, that's how bright it is. And then you've got this lovely duochrome here. So these palettes are really, really good. I think they're slept on, if I'm being completely honest. That's the only one I've got. I don't have any of the other ones because they've not really appealed to me. And then that one is a dupe for this one. Part of me thinks I should just declutter this. And this has got a couple of bronzes in as well. So it's got Amber, and it's got Queen, and it's got HBIC. So that's what that one looks like. We all know what she looks like now. But yeah, part of me just feels like I can't get rid of it because it was so expensive. And I don't really know anyone who would get so much joy out of it. Actually, my mum might. She just wouldn't wear the yellows, I don't think. I think my mum would. And if I'm not going to be using it, I mean, I've not touched that in so long. I know I did a video with Lisa with it, but prior to that, I can't remember when I last used it. So then we've got the Pat McGrath Labs Astral Blitz, or Blitz Astral. I believe this has got a bronze in it. I wanted to talk about this because it's only a £4 palette, so obviously the bronze makes up a quarter of that palette. We've already spoke about it in the rosy toned eyeshadow palettes, because that's rosy and that's rosy as well up there. And again, we could also talk about this in the golds. I probably will do. Right, that's that. Then I've got this one that Lisa kindly gifted to me a couple of years ago. I've been after this for so long, and I mean so long, and I tried getting it in the UK, but it was coming up as so much. The shipping was horrific, and Lisa kindly sourced it in Australia and sent it to me. Right, so as I was saying before we really got cut off, so it's a Cara Duo Cara Beauty Pro 16 Clio Queen Pro eyeshadow palette. And I use this for videos and I've not used it since. Shame on me. And it's got yellow leaning shades in there. That's why I showed it my yellow eyeshadow palettes. But it's also got some really nice bronzes. Taste of Treason, Temple of Venus, Activation, Eternal Appeal. And then it's got some really nice glitters as well. So again, you know, I need to use this more. I feel like if I'm going to keep this, I can get rid of the Urban Decay Naked Honey. I feel like I could quite happily get rid of that, because I've got another palette that's coming up now that's very, very similar to the Urban Decay Naked Honey as well. And it's the Profusion Gold Rush, and this is actually on chopping block. I think I'd probably end up getting rid of this, but look at all the bronzes that are in that palette. So yeah, I mean, the only thing for me to keep it would be for Enlighten and Goddess, because I could probably dupe the rest of the shades. So yeah, I don't need to be keeping hold of it, I don't think. And I think that's all of them. I don't think I've got any others to talk to you about. I just wanted to leave these out and say that when you're buying eyeshadow palettes, you may think that you haven't got the shades, but if you look in your collection, you're probably going to be like, oh, I've got that shade, I don't need that palette after all. Or, oh, I've got those singles, I don't need that eyeshadow palette after all. So that's the way I've been doing it anyway for the last year or two now. But I've still got all these eyeshadow palettes that I've been collecting over the last few years. I certainly don't want to be doing this anymore, because not only is it a financial burden, which I think it is, when you're continuously buying eyeshadow palette after eyeshadow palette, I feel like it's a financial burden and you can be spending that money on other things. It's just where do you put it all? There's only so much storage space a person can have, especially when my bedroom is also my beauty room. Anyway, I'm going on a rant now. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.